to SmackDown. Sorry I'm a bit late. I was trying to do some admin on the back end. Sam is really organized and he's got it all sorted. I was faffing around as per usual. You know what we're like on this podcast, or I'm like on the podcast. Forever late, forever disorganized. But we are here for SmackDown, for Bray Wyatt's debut or re-debut. Thank you so much for watching with us. We really appreciate it. My special guest at this time is Sam Smith. He was an incredible wrestling journalist, gaming journalist and everything. But if you didn't find out enough about him on the Impact stream, we will ask him some questions during the course of the stream so you get to know him a little bit better. And we should probably stop talking and do the intro and try and be moderately professional. Yeah, cool. Who should we have? Let's have Big E.
This is Big E from the new day. Give me that whole yeah. Give it to me. I need it.
He's a nutter. I love him.
Yeah, he is. Big E's great. So we're on the opening credits, Sam. You're going to be like, because of your ultra professional stream, I bet you any money mine starts cutting out. So the pressure is on your second Give Me a Whole Yeah stream to carry everything. Oh, hang on. SmackDown breaking news.
So I'm watching McIntyre smash someone. It's Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross was in a car accident. I'm assuming something to do with Drew McIntyre there.
It sort of serves him right. I'm not being she is. The wife's here and she's not impressed.
She is not impressed at all, is she? No. So now McIntyre's kicking. McIntyre is destroying Karrion Kross, Sam. How do you feel? Are you excited about this?
I've been excited about WWE ever since Triple H took control. I remember seeing that tweet from Vince and just dropping everything and being like, I think I was at dinner around my parents and I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, oh, is it that important, Sam? And I've been like, yes, this is like something I've anticipated for 30 years. And here it is. But about tonight, I think obviously Trips has been righting wrongs since he came back. And I'm not disparaging Vince McMahon because the man has given me decades of entertainment. But a lot of his decisions in recent years, I don't think were good. A lot of fans don't think were good. And I feel like Triple H is just giving us Christmas present after Christmas present.
I agree, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it's, again, a pleasure to have someone with your experience, someone with your viewpoints on the stream. Your very first SmackDown stream on the Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast. SmackDown has a brand new intro. We are ready. And the fireworks, the pyro is going off. It already looks like a big show, Sam. This is it's going to be good. I have a good feeling about this. We've got LA Knight on the card tonight. We've got lots of decent matches. I think Sami Zayn's in action against Kofi Kingston, which is going to be huge. So some good quality matches. And of course, the Bray Wyatt return. Why wouldn't we be here for that? Why wouldn't we be excited for that?
I don't know what they're going to do, though. Do you know?
No.
Because they've been teasing this. I know we chatted about it on Twitter. They've been teasing this, the Wyatt 6. And I think it's obvious something's happening with that now. It's going to be a stable. But it does sort of contradict the belief that he's going to be a babyface.
Yes,
hello, Todd Johnson. Hello, Team 2. Because stables like that, like an invading stable, which is this sort of thing, it's usually a heelish thing to do.
Absolutely. But I don't agree. Sorry to interrupt you there. I don't think that there should be a stable this quickly. He should stand on his own for a bit. It takes away from his return, I think, Sam, if we have a Wyatt 6 right now. Maybe the Royal Rumble, maybe in a few weeks or months, but not right now. Bray Wyatt needs to stand on his own 2 feet, you know?
I've got faith in the process. Oh, God, Bray Wyatt returns up next.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
I'm a little bit behind. Oh, no. There's a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. That seems a bit weird that Karrion Kross is in the Intercontinental title picture straight away.
They've got to push him, though, haven't they?
They do.
I'm a little bit worried, though, that I feel like McIntyre's taken a lot of big losses. Like I feel like after Clash at the Castle, they should have given him the world to make up for that really high profile loss. Because if he isn't going to win there, where's he going to win?
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's Xavier's going to talk.
Yeah, so Xavier and Woods coming out first. So I'm assuming this match is opening the card, and then we're getting that Bray return, Sam. So yeah, like I say, some interesting points being made, and I wonder what the people in comments say. Are we going to see a Wyatt 6 faction, or should Bray Wyatt stand on his own 2 feet? Let's put a little poll in there for you guys, and sort of see where you guys are at with that, because that's a big thing for me. A big thing for me is working out whether we have a faction or whether we have Bray on his own, at least at this stage, in the early stage of his return. So I'll put a little question. What do you want will be the question. As Kofi is doing the New Day are doing their new gyration. Do you love a bit of New Day gyration, Sam?
I was more into that kid's T-shirt. It was like a Bullet Club design, but with Bray Wyatt and the Fiend's face.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't know I wanted that T-shirt until right now. Where does he get it? And I need it. Here we go. We've got Sami Zayn speaking to Solo. See, these two, like Solo's a big fan of Zayn, isn't he? But Jey Uso is against him. Is that what's going on? Here's Jey. Jey's not happy.
Yeah, I love the dynamic. I think it's amazing. The dynamic between Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn, the honorary use, just so much fun.
This is a great story, and I want to shout out to the opening of SmackDown 2 weeks ago, where Roman Reigns made him take the T-shirt off and then gave him the other T-shirt. That was one of the best.
It was great.
Segments I've seen in ages, and Reigns and Sami especially were just brilliant. Like that is incredible. I don't think a wrestling skit, like a series, a promo with that many people in the ring, has held my attention for quite that long. That was just amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Carry on, sorry.
I was going to say, where do you think this story is going to go? Are they going to turn on Sami and create him into this overwhelming babyface, or is Sami going to push out Jey Uso, and is he going to revolt against the Bloodline and restart their feud?
It's an interesting one, man. I think that eventually we're going to see. A great question. I think eventually we're going to see the Bloodline turn on Sami, and that's going to lead to Kevin Owens coming to the aid of Sami Zayn. That's what I want to see. I think the Bloodline thing is great. I would love to see Sami continue with the Bloodline, but there's only so long this can carry on before the Usos and that actual blood tie that the Usos have to Roman, is going to win out. You know what I mean? This is great comedy. It's great stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I think we're going to eventually see them turn on Sami and Kevin Owens come to the rescue. That's what I think we'll see.
I also think, though, Jey does need to turn on Roman. I think he doesn't. I think both Zayn and Jey at different points need to feud with Roman again. I think they both need to be defeated. I don't think they're the man either man is the one to topple him. Let's presuming he's holding it until Mania and someone like Bray Wyatt or Cody Rhodes takes it off him. Maybe not. But yeah, there's got to be a reckoning, I think, between the Usos and Roman at some point.
Yes, I totally agree with you, mate. I think the Usos will have their day, particularly Jey. They will have their day in the sun, so to speak. Main event Jey Uso will return, but I think we've got many months, and if not years, of the Usos being together, and not necessarily under Roman's thumb, but maybe not years, Sam, maybe months of
it's
the
money
Bloodline story. It is. It's printing money.
It's a great story. They could keep it going as long as they want, and I think Trips understands not to milk stuff a little bit more than Vince did. Never seen you before. I know.
So Sam is new. Sam is as of last week. Sam is new. So don't worry about it. SJI, pleasure to see you here. Thank you for joining us. As we're grateful to have Sam, I'm gonna make sure that you guys know what is on right now, and I'm gonna update that, and we'll do a poll as well to see who you guys think will win. You you guys think will win this match. So we've got Sami Zayn, and we've got Kofi. Versus Kofi. We got a bit of sacks there. A little bit of sacks from Xavier, and we're on to a break, which I don't know how that looks for you, Sam.
I've got the football has just jumped on a BT Sport.
Yeah, there you go.
What can you see? We should probably not say we're live. We probably shouldn't say
other stuff. Other stuff from our alternate stream that we like to use.
Perfectly above board.
Indeed, totally above board. Yes. What was I going to say? I got distracted. What was I doing? Oh yeah, poll. Okay, so 67% of you want to see Bray on his own. Okay, yeah. So you sort of on our way of thinking there, guys. It seems. And then we'll do the other poll for this match. So who's winning? Sami versus Kofi. Cool. Right, so the poll is now live in the community if you guys want to join that. So Sam, it's been a few days. How have you been? How is everything going while we're on a break? How are you doing, dude?
All right, just cracking on. I was hoping to do the stream up in my office in the nice new gaming chair.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
But my internet is crap up there, so it's all right if I'm doing one stream. But I'm running SmackDown in 4K on the HBO while I'm talking to you on the MacBook. So, and it's working quite well so far. Where up there it was always a bit stuttery. So I think I'm going to commandeer my wife's office for future streams.
It's good. It's good. It looks nice. It looks cozy. I appreciate your cozy looking office there. Thank you everyone for welcoming Sam to the stream as well. Jeff has joined us from Facebook. How you doing, mate? Yeah, sorry it's a bit late today, guys. Not normally that tardy, but I was trying to sort a new streaming source before before we started, and I started unfortunately 5 minutes before the stream, and I should have probably started about an hour to half an hour. So while Sam, as the new recruit to the Give Me a Hug, was super professional, and already I, who still haven't got out of my dressing gown, I put on a dressing gown to warm up, and I realized I look like a crazy man. But yeah, I was super unprofessional. So you have Sam to thank for the organization on the podcast today. Sam was ready to go, and I was like faffing around as per usual. So thank you guys for hanging around and waiting for us to begin. Chris says hi to Sam Smith. There you go. Chris says hi there. Sassy welcoming Michael in, and my headphones have gone. It's all going a bit Pete Tong, Sam, for me on this side. Fortunately, I've got a spare one.
I can see the belt behind you there. The belt you've been showing off on Twitter.
There we are.
Can you hear me?
Thanks for sorting out a bunch of stuff for me this week as well, mate. You've been a legend. Appreciate it.
We should probably plug that while we're here. Your NWO interview with
NWA with Billy Corgan. Yeah, that was a big one for me as a Pumpkins fan. I got to talk a little bit. There was a little bit of Pumpkin stuff in there. Obviously, we were mainly supposed to be talking about wrestling, but I managed to get a little bit in there. So you guys will be able to hear that Billy Corgan interview and read it in the coming days. I'll make sure that link is out and shared with you guys. It was a huge bucket list interview for me. Someone that grew up on the Smashing Pumpkins and obviously is a fan of NWA as well.
It's live now on the site, so
awesome.
people could read it.
Cool.
I'll probably give it another proofread in the morning, but
there you go.
I'm fairly sure it's all right.
That's cool. I will plug it tomorrow, so it's all good. So if on Soundsphere right now on the other website that we have, you guys can see the Billy Corgan interview that Sam has written up and has my audio on it again. A huge privilege and a pleasure to sit with the man for 25 minutes, talk about wrestling and talk about what else did we talk about? Yeah, wrestling and a little bit of music, a little bit of Smashing Pumpkins stuff.
I loved some of the stuff he said, especially the how people can get involved in the industry as well. I thought that was incredible. He's I think his philosophy is a little bit similar to Cody Rhodes', isn't it? The whole do the work.
I agree, very much so. Yeah. Very much so. Go on.
And I was going to say, you've got your dressing gown on. I put the heater on because it's a bit cold in here because
Yeah.
I wanted to just wear my Bray Wyatt t-shirt. And
Mate, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful shirt, dude.
it says,
You
"Let me in" on the back. Let
very
me
nice.
in.
Very nice. Tom Talks Rubbish is in. What's up, Dom and Sam? Yeah, our
Hey,
good
Tom.
friend Tom Talks Rubbish, who we will of course plug whenever we can. If you want to go and check out some great interviews with wrestling professionals and YouTubers, go and check out Tom Talks Rubbish. He is an incredibly talented man, and I believe there is an interview with Sam Smith coming up on that
There
channel
is.
as well. I'm going to an indie event tomorrow. I will send pics to you guys. Thank you so much, Michael. Yes, please do. Please do. As we are watching, and I should spend more time covering the wrestling, we're watching Sami Zayn in control of Kofi Kingston. It seems like it's difficult to ground a guy like Kofi, but there's quite a technical masterclass going on here, Sam, between the two guys. Sami seems to be in control.
Yeah, people underestimate Kofi's technical abilities. He's the whole package, Kofi Kingston. He always has been. But I think Sami is just great. Like, there's nothing. I've been a fat Sami Zayn fan since El Generico, Ring of Honor, and he was awesome there. But he's so much. I prefer him in WWE because he's got the personality.
Yeah.
Jim Cornette used to always say as well, "I wish you'd take the mask off and be you because you're great at being at the characters you can play." And I think WWE got it right there to not make him another luchador and to make him this character because he's just he was brilliant as a babyface when he was the underdog from the underground. But he's as the sniveling heel. He's just awesome. I just love it.
Absolutely incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible. You're totally right there. I think like he's the best thing on WWE TV right now. He's the best thing on WWE TV right now. Thank you guys for your support of Sam and your support of the stream. I am gonna just go and have a quick wee, dude. So I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna leave you on your own. Are you okay? How you feeling? You all right?
I'm all right. I don't think we need to change the banner. I don't think anybody's winning yet.
No,
but
you're all right. You're okay. I'll see you in a sec, man.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit. So I'm fairly sure Sami Zayn is winning this by chicanery. Although it could go horribly wrong. Jey Uso could do something. Kofi could win, and we could have some more tension between the Honorary Uso and Jey Uso. Because I'm a bit worried that Solo's not out here watching Sami's back, or Jimmy Uso, the only Uso who's pretending to like him, unless he's genuine. I don't know. Near fall from Sami there. I want this t-shirt. Does anybody else want that t-shirt, the Honorary Uso one? I don't know if it's live on the UK store yet. The guy who said he's going to an indie show tomorrow. I'd love to know which one you're going to. Again, because I know the British wrestling scene is kind of rebuilding itself, isn't it? After the, I nearly said the fall of NXT UK, but it's not the fall, is it? It's the temporary shelving of, only for it to be rebranded as NXT Europe. So it's a good thing, not a bad thing. It's not like it's been cancelled and destroyed or anything like that. But I think Rev Pro, Progress, and organisations like that have benefited from the influx of talent, desperate to go to a Progress event again when they come back to Manchester. Devastated I missed them last time round. But I'm too lazy to travel to London to see them regularly. So there we go. I'm in Lancashire, so what are you going to do? Here we go. So, more ads. That's the problem watching WWE live, isn't it, I think? I don't normally stay up to watch it. I usually watch it on a Saturday morning and then watch Dynamite. No adverts, just skip through everything. It's brilliant. It's only on for about an hour each then, if you do that. Sitting through Raw, I love Raw at the moment, but sitting through 3 hours and watching the adverts, I don't think I've done that since the invention of Sky Plus. I don't know about anybody else. So the Fiend, maybe not the Fiend coming back tonight. I don't think they're retiring the Fiend character, but I don't think this version of Bray Wyatt is going to be fully the Fiend. I think this is something new. This might be something similar to the cult leader, the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt. I think it's more him. I feel like when they reintroduced him, they introduced the Firefly Funhouse guys, and the Fiend was almost an extension of that with a mask, where they get the little fella jumping up with the mask on. So I don't know if we're going to see The Fiend come out today. I think we're just going to see Bray, who might start a feud with somebody. But it's like Dom said, I don't know if he's going to be a better babyface or a heel. The fact that he's apparently going to have a stable of 5 or 6 guys suggests a heel, suggests it's the Wyatt family 2.0, the Wyatt 6, unless we're getting it wrong. But if people like Vinny Marsalia have seen, and the big fella from Ring of Honor have been seen in the back, then it looks like the Righteous. Is that what they're called? The Righteous or the 5 from Ring of Honor are now part of Wyatt's stable. Again, this all could be rubbish, but we'll soon see when Bray comes out, and that's when you'll probably hear me stop talking to watch it. But and a word of warning: Dom is going to go absolutely mental when that happens. He's going to jump up and down and go crazy. It's going to be. I'm looking. This is why I'm here. I can't wait to see that. Hello to Tom. Talks rubbish, by the way, mate. How you doing? I'm sorry to hear about your computer. I hope you managed to sort that out. I got worried for a moment when I read that on Twitter. It's contrary belief, by the way. Tom doesn't actually talk rubbish at all. I'm talking more than he does. It's interesting to think 60-odd% of you think Bray should come back as a single star. I'm inclined to agree. I'm a little bit worried about the stable thing, but I'm trusting Triple H and Bray because that's what's important now. I think a lot of the trouble with Bray Wyatt might have been Vince's whims. I don't want to criticize Vince too much, but it'd be interesting to see if Triple H gives Bray Wyatt a lot of creative freedom to fulfill his vision of what he wants to do, what he always wanted to do, without some of the silliness. So I think it could work quite well. At least I hope so, because either way, I'm happy to have him back. I was devastated when he was released. I thought that was, and Braun Strowman. I thought those were the 2 most ridiculous releases, and I always thought Karrion Kross was such a wasted opportunity as well. So the fact that all 3 guys are back now, are doing well and being used to their strengths, is good. Like Strowman's never going to be the guy who has a 5-star technical masterclass, is he? But he's an attraction, picking people up, chucking them around. Like that's fun to watch in wrestling. So I think for someone like him, WWE is the best place for him to be. I kind of liked the control your narrative stuff, but Braun Strowman's best just running around and shouting and throwing people around. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see him do what Kofi just did. Jey Uso there. Getting a bit close. New Day, of course, and the Usos had some absolute classics. Oh! Jey taking out Xavier. It's a shame, because I kind of liked it a couple of years ago where I think it was after WrestleMania where the Usos beat the New Day and they were all in the ring together and they said to the New Day along the lines of, this was years ago, along the lines of, let us have our reign now. I think we've proved it. I think we've earned it. And they turned babyface in that promo and they acknowledged that the only people who are in as much pain as they are after their match is the New Day. And it was almost like two groups of warriors coming together and acknowledging each other. It was really, really good. And the Usos are, of course, babyfaces that entire time, all the way until, the Bloodline, until this. So it's kind of a shame to see them not on good terms with the New Day again, because I kind of liked it when the New Day and the Usos were teaming up to, who was it they were fighting against? Was it Seth Rollins and his goons? I can't remember who it was. I think Xavier had been taken out, and I think one of the Usos had been taken out. So it was one of the New Day and one of the Usos tagged for a little bit, but I think it all went horribly wrong. That's because it's WWE. You're back.
Mate, you're right.
I've been rabbiting, like rambling rabbit.
They've been great, man. You've been great. So Sami Zayn gets the win there. So what I was doing there, Sam, I was sorting out what we were trying to sort out before the stream. So I've got it now.
Okay. Have you done it?
Yeah, I've finally done it. I figured it out. It was the most convoluted, stressful system I've seen in a while. Anyway, I didn't want to be delayed when we get what's happening next. So thank you for covering the stream for a little longer than initially planned. I'm all sixes and sevens, man. I'm so excited about this.
Oh, Triple H is speaking to
security
some
here. Yeah.
Who I'm sure are totally real cops.
Oh,
it's
totally,
Ray.
yeah. Oh, he's Triple H. I think he looks nervous. I wonder what he's thinking. I
saw Ray, by the way, in Cardiff briefly. I know you met the whole roster near enough, but I think the only person I spoke to was Ray. It was very, very brief, but it was starstruck. You know, I was amazed. Like my wife isn't even 5 foot, and she finally met someone about the same size as her. But he's so super talented. I was so starstruck.
It's okay, man. It's totally. I mean, he's great. I outside of the interviews, I met Ridge, which was a big deal for me because obviously he's a Yorkshire lad. That was nice. So outside of the interviews, as we're just seeing right now, guys, we're seeing Rey Mysterio pleading with Triple H to not. So he doesn't want to fight Dominic. He doesn't want to fight Dominic. Sam, do you want to see Rey versus Dom? Is that something you're interested in?
It's not that I'm not interested in it. It's just I think I'd find it too upsetting. It's that pathetic.
Emotionally draining, yeah. Emotionally draining.
I just think it's sad. Like obviously this heel turn, this whole thing with Dom isn't going to last forever. But chances are, it's bound to happen. But I don't know. I don't like seeing tag team partners wrestle. So seeing Ray and Dom go at it. Didn't they say on an interview they're not going to do that? There's just no reality where they do it. I seem to recall.
Could do.
That could have been bollocks. It could be, but I think it has to happen. I think it's
wrestling, man, isn't it?
Yeah,
wrestling. Right, so Triple H and Ray, they're gonna have a meeting in the office. Triple H and Ray gonna have a meeting in the office, guys. We've got some comments and stuff which we will cover, but obviously, let's see if we're going to a break. Oh, we're going for a break, so we'll cover some of these comments because we've got a bunch of really good questions. For you first. In fact, we'll go up. So Michael, who's the person going to the indie show, is going to Warriors of Wrestling. I think that's Booker T's show, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Oh, is it? I'm not sure. Booker's is the reality of wrestling, I think.
Oh, reality of wrestling. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Warriors of Wrestling, that's great. Okay, so November 1st is Sam's interview. So I'm super excited to see that. I love how over Sami got. Absolutely, he got really over. Does Sam have a website? You can see Sam's work on Dexerto. You can also see Sam's work on Soundshpere. But what I'll do is Sam, you have the ability and the power to write anything you want in the comments. So if you want to share any links or anything for people, feel free to do that. I'm sure you can follow Sam on Twitter and things like that as well. If you see, I'm pointing to where you go. If you look below Sam's head, you can follow him on Twitter. That it's at Sam Smith, capital S, capital 2 capital S's _1987. So give him a follow on there as well. Okay, so Tom Talks Rubbish. Sam, who is your interview bucket list?
Oh, you, Tom, you, to pay you back for mine. No, but yeah. Do you know? I'll tell you who it is because it would really make my wife happy. It's probably Finn Balor. I know Tom interviewed him in Cardiff.
It was lovely, yeah, really nice.
I know a few people who've met him, and they say he's lovely. And I've been a big fan since the beginning of Bullet Club, since he was in New Japan. So, but I think he's my wife's favorite. It's got nothing to do with his abs, I'm sure.
Right. Okay. No.
Absolutely nothing to do with that. But we were in Alchemy, the bar in Cardiff, while you were interviewing him. And then I saw on your Twitter that you were talking to him. I said, "Oh, Jess, got to show you this." So it's got to be Finn Balor, and it's not for me, not for my career, not for my fandom, for her. I think it's got to be Finn.
Beautiful. What beautiful. And what does your wife think about you? You do, because we've had, as you can imagine, over the years, we've had many ups and downs with this podcast and pulling it off and making people understand why we're up at 1:29 in the morning. How does your wife feel about you being here with me, Tom? But Sam, bloody hell, Tom, it's because Tom's on the screen. Yeah, you can tell it's late.
Well, she can't hear me because the good thing about both the upstairs office and the downstairs office is they're both like one's in an extension, one's in a loft. So she doesn't really mind as long as I don't annoy her. I just need to make
Yeah.
sure the dogs and the cats are really out of sorts. If I'm still up, they don't get what's going on. So they're all still walking around out there. But I've just made sure they can't get near her, so they can't get near me. So they just have to. They fought to the death in there. I don't know.
We have the same problem. Don't worry. We have the same problem. My dog's downstairs, but he doesn't understand at all why I'm still up at this time. Big love to you, Tom. Thanks for joining us and great questions. I'm out, guys, working at the cinema tomorrow. Big love. Big love to you, mate. Thank you. Thank you to you for your help and support in plugging our work. Don was so happy. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, mate. Don was so happy when Bray came back. It was a sight to see. Well, mate, it was a wonderful experience. I love it. And the thing is, it's a weird thing because Sam obviously does some work for me, and I'm very, very proud to have him on board. But it's a weird thing when I'm like, does he want to come and do live streams and watch me be supremely unprofessional and bumble my way through a Bray Wyatt return? Well, this is it, isn't it? We've crossed that line now. You see what I mean? I respect you professionally, but I'm like, I want to talk about wrestling and my love for wrestling and my passion for it with you, Sam. This is it. I was like, this guy, you got some quality thoughts, some quality opinions, and it makes it better having you on board, man. So I appreciate you. You being here with me. You know what I mean?
I'm getting it all out because I went through several years of my life almost hiding my wrestling fandom. And if you look at my professional Twitter, if you look at my journalist Twitter, which is I think is the only one you see actually, because I've got my own.
It is.
I keep secret. Yeah, well, he's a completely different person. That's my alter ego. It's like a shit Batman.
Okay.
But yeah, like if you look at that, go down, it was all gaming and no wrestling at all. It's only now I'm kind of bursting out with the wrestling. I've got friends who are like, I didn't even know you were a wrestling fan.
This is the community. You're now a part of the community, mate. You're now a part of the community, This is it. Yeah, I love seeing you engage with this community.
I've got rid of, I had a wrestling Twitter. I had a wrestling Twitter account just for wrestling. And I've kind of retired that now. And I'm doing it all as me. And even the Dexerto guys have seen it, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know you were such a wrestling fan either. Do you want to write this article about AEW or whatever?" So
nice one. That's awesome.
So I got to cover 2K when 2K came out. I got to cover that. I didn't do the review, but I did some guides and stuff. So that was fun. So it's paying off in the gaming world as well.
Absolutely,
these guys.
Yeah, this is fantastic. We're going to see Gonzalez, Shotzi. We've got. I used to be in Ring of Honor. It's fantastic. What's her name? Against Damage Control. Anyway, potentially.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
3-on-3. Roxanne
Perez.
Roxy Perez. It's great. That should be good. 3-on-3. 3-on-3. That'd be great because Roxanne's fantastic, and obviously Shotzi's great as well. I'm not as sold at the moment. On Gonzalez, but I need to watch more of her matches. But Shotzi and Roxy are amazing.
I love Braun's coming out with Dakota. There he is.
Oh yeah, Braun's coming out. I'm nervous about this. Very nervous about this. Why have they brought Braun out here, Sam? A 2-on-1 handicap match. Oh, he's gonna destroy these guys, and Bray's gonna come out. I don't want it, Sam. I don't want him to touch anybody he's been against before. I don't personally. I don't want that. What do you think's going to happen here? Like, talk me through. You've just booked Braun Strowman to come out. They keep saying next Bray Wyatt's return. What's happening?
Yeah, they do. Right. So we've got to remember. We've got to go back to the Thunderdome era. Remember who Roman Reigns lost that title. Took that title from the original Universal title. He took it from Bray Wyatt, who had only been champion 5 minutes because he took it off Braun Strowman. And Reigns came out and laid them both out. So, like it or not, there's history between Braun and I'm sure these guys are going to do great. Never heard of them before. I'm sure they're going to do great against Braun.
They're going to get they're going to get destroyed out there.
And one's dead, and two's dead. So. I think they have to acknowledge it. I don't want them to spend too much time on it, but I do. I like it when WWE has continuity, and if they're going to have continuity, they need to acknowledge Strowman and his history with the Wyatt family, without that ridiculous black sheep mask or any of that rubbish, or the swamp match, or or any of that. But they do need to touch on it. So hang on. I thought somebody was coming to the ring then. It was just a dude walking down the stairs. Oh, no, it's almost. It is someone coming to the ring.
Yeah, there he is, yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm let me be half a second behind you, so I just caught Omos, but Omos looks good. He looks smart.
Now, this has to happen, doesn't it? Because this is Clash of the Titans. Like, literally.
Yeah, it is. This I want to see. Oh, my God. He's going to get
right
destroyed.
In the soul.
Ooh, right in the chest there, Sam.
This has to happen, but here's the thing: it's not going to be a technical masterclass, is it, between Braun Strowman and Omos?
No, it's not, is it? It's not.
But I still want to see it. I still want to see them both just bash each other like Transformers.
Yeah, absolutely. Two big men slapping meat. Two big meaty men slapping meat. That's what we want to see. As Braun
Progress Wrestling had a show a few years ago called "When Men Throw Men at Men." That made me laugh.
Yeah. Oh, the power bomb onto the other guy. One guy onto the other, and Strowman 1, 2, 3, looking straight at Omos. Sam, straight at Omos.
Saudi Arabia. It's got to be.
Oh, dude, absolutely. It's a perfect Saudi Arabia match, isn't it? Perfect.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, the Judgment Day belongs to Bray Wyatt. It says Hustler's Ambition. I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't be mad at an Edge Bray Wyatt or a Finn Bray Wyatt feud again. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Damian Priest versus Bray.
When Finn Balor, it was a SummerSlam a couple of years ago. I think 2019. It was when he first did his Fiend entrance. I think it was a missed opportunity that we never saw the Demon versus the Fiend. That could be great. But the thing with I don't know if the Demon the gloss has come off that since he was beaten. His undefeated streak was ended by Roman Reigns. So
yeah.
We'll see.
It's interesting thing to think about. Like I say, but now Finn is on. On top of the card. Finn is on top of the card. So
I'm a big Finn Balor fan, but I don't know if he fits in.
What's going on? Wait, Braun is there in the ring. Okay, no.
He's challenging Omos, and Omos is saying, "Nah, not today, not today."
Yeah, there you go. I thought we were gonna get a tease or something there, but no. That is Crown Jewel. That is ready made for Crown Jewel. You are right. Ready made for Crown Jewel. That. Want Braun to wrestle Austin Theory so he could chase him out of WWE? Yes, Sassy, you are not a fan of Austin Theory, are you at all?
Oh,
not
really,
a fan
Sassy?
at all.
I think he's amazing. I honestly think
he's. Yeah. He's
I've
a great
been
WWE. Go on, sorry, mate. Go on.
No, it's okay. Sorry, it's me going a million miles an hour. I've been following Austin Theory since he was on. What the hell's it called? It's one of the WWN promotions. It used to be Ring of Honor's sister promotion back in the day. It's based in Florida. It was almost like a filter system to Evolve before Evolve was bought by WWE.
Yeah,
and I've been watching Austin Theory since then. And back then, he was wrestling Matt Riddle, Swerve, Darby Allin all the time.
Yeah.
And it was such a great time to be an Evolve fan. And now all those dudes have made it big. So I've been an Austin Theory fan since then. So I'm kind of rooting for him. I think he is the future. I think he looks great. He's great on the mic. He can go in the ring. He's a complete dick as a heel. I don't know what's not to like. I think he's amazing. Anyway, that's just me.
No, I totally agree. I think he's such a talent. In very much bought in, of course. One of the things from the Vince era, I think I very much, I didn't really comment as much as I wanted to on your comment earlier about the Vince. Vince made some great choices. Putting such energy into Austin Theory is a great choice. He will be, I think, one day as big as John Cena, but maybe as a heel. I think he's going to be the heel version of John Cena one day. But you're right. Unfortunately, you've got to grow, and you companies have to grow and develop, and you can't be making decisions to cater to a young audience in your 70s. And it would be natural for any of us. I hope I'm not doing Soundsphere and trying to write about music trends at 75 because I'm not the right person to do that. It'll be somebody else then. There will be other people to do that. And I'm not making a comparison, of course, because we're very different in terms of levels of success between myself and Vince McMahon. But what I'm saying is that you have to go with the times, Sam. And I think there's nothing. Vince was an incredible businessman, did incredible things for wrestling. but
Something's happening.
time has to move on. Something happening. The screen's gone black. The screen's gone black, Sam. Sam, what's happening? Are you getting nothing? I've just got a black screen.
Absolutely.
I've got a black screen. What is happening here? What is happening,
what's
Sam?
going on? Yeah, I've now got the BT Sport logo. So something's...
now I've got the beat. Yeah. What is
this
happening
is by design.
Sam?
I think this is by design.
Come on. Get what's going to happen here, Sam. Oh God, this is weird. The BT Sport logo's on. The BT Sport logo's on. Yeah.
Hang on, what can we hear?
Because there was
just a BT Sport noise.
There was something in the ring. We saw the ring go dark, and then it went down to BT Sport.
Something's going on. Oh,
there's like a weird white box in the corner as well. This is weird. I've not seen anything like this. Hang on.
I think they've gone. Have they gone to break?
Oh yeah, they went. So that was a break. So we're getting Extreme Rules recap. Donnybrook match. Good. So okay. We're back on. We're all right. Whew.
Well, that was weird, wasn't it? Was that
by
design?
Weird, yeah.
Was that a technical hiccup on their end?
Yeah, it was weird. That wasn't it.
Did everybody else in the comments see that? It'd be good for us to know. Did everybody else see what you just saw? That was weird.
Obviously, the majority are American based, so they might not have seen the exact same thing. But
it'd be good to know.
Yeah. So now we're getting Sami Zayn with Jay and Solo. So now Sami's disputing that Jay helped him.
See, Solo still very much Team Sami.
I love it. He's with Sami. The honorary use, Sam. This is beautiful.
It's gonna end in tears. I think either way. I know they're all heels, and we're not meant to be on their side, but I kind of don't want the Anoa'i families to fight. Oh, hang on, we're getting maximum male models now.
This is good because we're getting LA Knight. We're getting LA Knight if we're getting maximum male models because LA Knight is back. Yeah, LA Knight is back, Sam. I'm so excited for this. If this happens, so I'm a little bit behind you, I think, on this one. So,
what do you think about this gimmick, though? The MMM gimmick. What do you think about this?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Good.
I think it's
I'm not alone.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm surprised it's not been kiboshed the moment.
Well, I think it will be. It will be shortly. It will be shortly, I think. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. What do you think about the 24/7 championship now that Trips is in charge? Do you think that's still the dinosaurs?
Well, yeah, I would imagine so. I would like to see. Personally, I would like to see the Hardcore Championship come back. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? The Hardcore Championship was the better version of the 24/7 title. You know,
I don't even think you can compare them. It's like one was actually something we remembered and loved from the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression era, where I don't think they've ever done anything with the 24/7 title that has interested me. I've skipped the segments for about 2 years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a throwaway title as MMM are on the apron there. You see, I do like Marseille or Mace as he was. I think he's a talent. Dio Madden
yes.
as he was before. He had nearly had a feud with Brock Lesnar.
He did, yeah.
You know, so there's a lot to be said for Dio Madden. Now Mansoor, he's made the best of what he's been given since he got his WWE contract, and you can't say fairer than that, can you? You can't say fairer than that. I
liked him. This might be weird, but I liked him on 205 Live. I thought he was a good fit there. It's
great.
But I think I'm one of the only people in the world who actually liked 205 Live. But
205 Live was great. 205 Live was fantastic. If you watched Neville when he was on there, of course, you had Enzo as well. It's great.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, Todd says the MMM is pure rubbish. Horrible gimmick for two good wrestlers. Talking about Marseille and Mansoor. Where is Bray? They lied. WB it's marketing, man. It's all Carney. It's the Carney marketing, isn't it? Oh yeah, Sassy. Thank you for reminding me. We're also behind on the banners. I do apologize, guys. I need to make sure you guys know what's happening. Bear with me. I will sort that out for you. So LA Knight versus Mansoor is
It's good to
on.
see
I don't
LA Knight
think
where it
this is
belongs.
going to be a... Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Right. I do not... Oh, hang on. Hang on a sec. LA Knight. Sorry, I did sort this out, but it's I've had a couple of issues in the back end. That's what she said. Right. Mansoor. We're gonna stay humorous on these late night streams or early morning streams. It's how I keep my sanity. It's cracking terrible jokes that people are like, "What are you doing?"
You beat me to
right.
it by a millisecond. By a
millisecond.
millisecond.
There you go, mate. Right, so we've done the banner. Thank God for that. Right, okay. So I'm so behind. I don't even know the results for the last poll. The results for the last poll were Sami 66 and Kofi 33. So well done, everyone. Start the poll. Okay, who's winning it? I think this will be over just as I finish this poll. So let's see if we can get. Yes, I know, Hassan. I'm just doing it. Hassan is like our poll. He loves a good poll. That's what
she said.
LA Knight versus Mansoor. I know I haven't spelt it the same way. I haven't spelt Mansoor as it's spelt in Maximum Male Models. I'm spelling it the old way.
Mansoor.
Mansoor, but it's yeah. There you go.
How'd
So
you spell
Mansoor. Yeah, it's got weird. It's got a lot of. It's a weird.
Let's be honest. He's going to be called Mansoor again in a few weeks.
Yeah,
so we don't.
Yeah, I really hope so. Is he wearing? No, they're not boxers, are they? They're meant to be like fancy shorts. Mansoor, that's it. Mansoor. So it's SOIR. That's right.
And
so
Marseille.
Marseille.
Oh,
LA Knight.
nice.
Oh, beautiful there by LA Knight.
Oh, he looks good. They've really done a good job rehabilitating him. Just one match.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely, mate. And you got to remember, this guy's been everywhere too. Impact Wrestling, NWA. He was at just before,
Yes, he was good in both. He was Eli Drake, wasn't he?
Eli Drake. That's right. Yeah.
But he used to be in WWE before that, didn't he? I've forgotten what he was called. Was it?
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's. Go back and watch one of the Royal Rumbles from like the mid-noughties, and you'll see him come out in a couple of them with his old gimmick. No, but so he's been in a few Rumbles, but it was a completely different. It was like back when EC3 was Derek Bateman. They might as well be different.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Derek Bateman. I remember EC3's Derek Bateman. There is LA Knight getting the win with the I think he calls it the BFT. His finisher. I love that. And there's Marseille carrying Mansoor to the back. Is he going to get a microphone? You see, I want LA Knight to have a microphone all the time. LA Knight with a microphone is absolutely awesome every single time.
I was devastated when they brought him to the main roster and got rid of the LA Knight gimmick. I was really annoyed.
Me too. Those shorts belong to Daisy Duke. Yeah, indeed.
That's where I've seen them before.
Yeah.
Here he is.
There he is. Go on, give him yeah. Go on. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, no. They've turned him into a heel.
Is he not better as a heel, though? Running down the crowd. But he's got to be a more aggressive, serious heel than, whatever this MMM is. And Todd Johnson's absolutely right. Retribution was diabolical, but it was better than this. It's like what Chris Jericho said, it's from bad creative. You're never going to see it again. Retribution was the absolute pits.
It was.
And it was. What those names? What were those names? Oh, Bray.
Oh, here he comes. Right. Why did they turn him? It would have been so much more popular if they turned him face. I'm so disappointed with that. Disappointed with that.
Was that a fully fledged heel turn, or was that
Nah,
just?
it was, wasn't it? He was ripping
Yeah,
into the
was it?
fans. He was ripping into the fans.
I
All right, okay.
suppose
So up next, apparently this time is Bray Wyatt's return. So we're
I'm just
getting
gonna go
another
to
break, guys. Yeah,
the
you get
toilet,
right. Go quick, speed.
I don't
The
go.
fastest,
move.
the fastest pee you've ever had. You know you want to see this. Do you right?
Go,
Okay.
go,
Do you want
go.
me to take you off, or do you know I'm gonna? You've got to practice.
I've got it. Leave
You got it?
studio. I'm off. I'll be
No,
2
no,
minutes.
yeah. Okay. Right. Cool. That's cool. You can just remove yourself from the bottom
Oh, can I?
if you want. Yeah. That you don't have to leave the studio.
Oh yeah. Got it.
There you go. There you go. Isn't it great having Sam? I'll tell you what, I can't tell you. I can't tell you guys like how cool it is to have company on these things. 1:50 in the morning. It's cold, it's stressful. You know what it's like. I mean, you guys are here with me a lot of the time. It's wonderful to have Sam with me on this SmackDown, and I have improved my watching abilities now as well. No more lagging and no more issues for us on for streams. I've fixed it tonight. Like I said, I know we've had lags and things like that in the past, and we haven't been able to pick up on stuff because things haven't been. We've had like lagging and stuff on streams, but we've solved that as of today. So fingers crossed. Alejandro is in. Alejandro PG Mass, good to see you, mate. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. Yeah! As Ellen Knight would say, yeah! Super happy to have you guys in. This is Bray Wyatt's return to SmackDown. It's going to be good. Not only am I doing this stream with you guys tonight, I'm going to be joining the Insiders after this as well. Me and Sam are going to do a review, 15 minutes at the end. And then, because I haven't done enough wrestling, I haven't done enough podcasting, I'm going to go and join the Insiders guys, who are, of course, huge Bray Wyatt fans, to do a little review for their show as well, straight after this, and me and Sam do a review. Just saying, Sam, how great it is to have you here, keeping me company for these SmackDowns, and have your thoughts. And also, thankfully for everybody, thanks to Sam's inspiration, I think I've solved our streaming issues for future streams by forking out a little bit extra. So on that note, guys, if you want to, as Sassy does, remind us, we have the ability, you can become a champion Hulkamaniac. As of last week, you can support the channel with different tiers. If you check them out, we also have a Patreon, and you have the ability to super chat as well. So if you feel like it at any point, you may do, but there is no pressure. I understand, as we all understand, that the Give Me a Whole Year podcast times are hard. So just your support, a like on the video, a subscribe to the channel is all we need from you guys. So thank you, and thank you so much in advance for any support you do choose to give us. I think LA is better as a heel. Yeah, that's what Sam said. I do, but I didn't want that right now. I wanted to have that crowd pop. I wanted to have
You're ready
that
to
crowd
cheer
pop for
him, aren't you?
I was
You're
ready to cheer him for now. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
For this, I was.
I get
Yeah,
that.
in a few weeks.
I get that.
Few weeks, I would have been, fine with that. Right, I'm going to try. I think I'm going to preempt, because I don't want to be doing too much on this. We are going to be quiet. So I'm going to preempt that on now will be the Bray Wyatt return coming up next. Because me and Sam are going to be, well, we're not going to be quiet, but like, we're going to be listening to this one, guys. So we do apologize in advance. We'll be listening to what Bray's got to say. Oh. All right, so it's taking us back. Oh no, this is it. They're going to replay. They're going to replay Extreme Rules, and that's going to be it again.
Are you like me? Are you used to watching wrestling? Well, let's discuss. Are you used to watching wrestling without ads? Because I watch everything on demand, and I just forward it.
Well, you see, yeah, I've only just. This is what I mean. I was saying while you were gone. I have, like I said, I have fixed our streaming issues, because I'm used to ads and I'm used to issues with the streaming and stuff. I mean, if you're gonna do a podcast like this, Sam, we gotta take time. We're gonna make sure that things don't glitch, and especially not, Sam, when Bray Wyatt's gonna return, my favorite wrestler of the modern era. I needed to make sure I saw this, in full color, in decent time. And there is the final. There is Bray Wyatt saying he's here. There's that logo from Saturday, and the glitchy screen. Come on, what's going on? Goosebumps.
It said
tonight.
Next.
Oh my! They've done it again. They've done it again. They've trolled us again.
Flipping heck.
I can't. Oh my God, they are trolling us so much. Oh God, no, it's not even the return. I was wrong, guys. They've trolled us. Damage control coming out. I'm assuming we're gonna get that Shotzi, Raquel, and Roxy three-way against Damage Control. So that'll be cool. So yeah, it just said they just.
Sorry, is that thing Dakota Kai does? Is that like a Samoan thing? Because I know Samoa Joe does it as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
She's Samoan, isn't she? I believe.
There you go.
She's done it for years, so
I've not noticed it. This is why you're here. This is why
I was going to say. Yeah, she's done it for years. She did it on Progress. She did it on NXT, and it always just reminds me of the little thing Samoa Joe does when he comes out. So I didn't know if it was. I'm gonna have to look that up tomorrow.
There you go.
Later today.
Yes, indeed. We're watching the highlights from Extreme Rules. That beautiful KOD there, the double KOD, and then another one on the ladder. Bianca Belair. Another one to plug because there is an audio interview with Bianca Belair on this channel from Clash of the Castle. Bianca Belair is just so powerful, such an incredible. Incredible performer, lovely human being as well from my brief interactions with her. Just really, really focused on inspiring and motivating people. But let's focus on the wrestling. One of the greatest women's wrestlers, I think, of the last 10 maybe even 20 years, Sam, has been Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I was going to say Bayley as well.
Bayley absolutely is in there. Yeah.
I think them as a feud, I could happily watch them. I really want Bayley to be the one to take the title off Belair. It wasn't right to do it at Extreme Rules, but I think it does have to happen.
I agree, and I think
she's got the tank back.
Oh, sorry, the tank is back. No, do it.
Back.
I want your enthusiasm. You are well. This is to not try and break out the cliches, but we like to. Consider this place a safe space for us. So if you want to be enthusiastic, if you want to let it out for the tank and Shotzi, you do so. Shotzi, Raquel.
I think Shotzi's great. I'm just that tank is bought back by popular demand because it got destroyed and then we haven't seen it since. And so the fact that they brought the tank back is a fan pleaser. It's a Sam pleaser.
Absolutely, it is. I'm glad it's a Sam pleaser. We like to see. Again, if we're going to be sat here for 2-3 hours, Sam, we want that enthusiasm to stay in. And that's interesting because as you know, I mean, we've been doing live streams since the beginning of the pandemic. And let me tell you, through the pandemic, some of those Raws and Smackdowns, there's a reason I look this old. And there's a reason I look this old and tired, mate. And it's because of these live streams, just 2 full years of just like grind trying to get through these, but actually maybe it's your company as well, but I feel like this is holding my attention, even though they're trolling me with the Bray stuff and the rest of us, to be fair. This is holding my attention, and I don't know if you've noticed this. I mean, I know you watch them back and you don't watch them live traditionally, but do you feel like the most recent Raws and Smackdowns are holding your attention perhaps more than they have done for the last couple of years?
Far more. It's I got used to skipping stuff with WWE. I'm kind of doing it at AW a little bit as well with certain things.
Me too, mate. Me too.
But me, I'm a big fan of both. But at the moment, I can't really fault the wrestling in WWE. I feel like he's fixed that, but that was a quick fix because they had the talent. But the thing WWE really, really needed was consistency and good creative. And I don't think he's fixed everything, but I feel like every week something gets tweaked in the right direction, which makes me very excited. I feel like AW and WWE have kind of switched places from where they were a year ago.
I very much agree. Very much agree. Honestly, it feels like I finally have an argument to Anthony's insufferable, just AEW. Like he wants to do sexy things to Tony Khan, and honestly, I like AEW. I like AEW, but I'm just not. Do you know what I mean? I did really like AEW for a period of time, but WWE it's recaptured my imagination. I've been a WWE fan and a WWE guy since I was a kid. WWE right now, thanks to Triple H, thanks to the new writers they've got involved, are absolutely captivating my attention again, and I wonder how much of that is with you as well.
Yeah, massively. I've woken up. This is how sad I am and how into wrestling I am. I wake up some mornings, remember Triple H is in charge now, and just smile. It's like, oh,
yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's,
absolutely.
And it's overnight. I feel like he's like, I hear you. I'm going to do it. All these things you want. I can't do it all in one go, but I'm going to do it. And then first carrying crosses back, then Braun Strowman, then Bray Wyatt, and so many others. Now, a lot of these guys have moved on, either made the sign to Impact, New Japan, AEW, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't want everybody who left WWE to come back. I kind of want Malachi Black to stay in AEW and continue this House of Black thing. I don't want Swerve to come back and join Hit Row. I think I kind of like him being a dick in AEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's stuff, like Andrade might be on his way out, but I don't want to see him leave AEW. I want both companies to have a solid roster and both of them to be as good as they can be. I don't want everybody just to flood one promotion, because then they can't push everyone. So that's where I am. The whole point of Dynamite.
I know what you mean. But I think that I love Bailey's dynamic with Cole. I think it's great. I feel like the shackles are off for Michael Cole at the moment. And also it's wonderful to see Wade Barrett back on SmackDown as well. But going back to what you were saying, like, I think, like I say, it is wonderful to see what Triple H and WWE have done. It's wonderful to see what, they've really kind of had a second wind against AEW. And I like AEW, I do. But I find AEW, I think that this is a debate that it'd be interesting to ask your thoughts on this. There's a fine line between being a fan, you've got to really get it right, or you've got to try. Triple H has learned over years, probably through Vince, to be fair to him, how to balance. Nice DDT there on the outside, lovely DDT by Shotzi. How to balance professional life with being a fan. Tony Khan just comes across like a fan, and unfortunately, and this is one of the harsh realities I've learned over the years in multiple industries, is it's great being a fan, but you have to sometimes make difficult decisions. And unfortunately, when I watch Tony Khan, whether it's fake or not, it still doesn't look good. When I watch Tony Khan just sit there and let CM Punk rip into his roster and call them children, I
think that was real. I think that was very, very.
This is my issue, Sam, and I'm going to let you answer. I'm waffling, and I apologize. Okay. I'm going to let you answer this. Do you agree that I don't think Tony Khan should be? He's too much of a fan to be doing all the roles he's doing. That's what I think. You have to have a balance.
Yeah, I do agree, but I think he's been the opposite to what Vince was. I think he's given the guys probably too much freedom and not enough discipline. Because again, a lot of people went after CM Punk and quite rightly, for his behaviour on that stream. But at the same, I genuinely believe CM Punk believes what he said is completely true, and it might be, because I don't think the elites, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, have behaved especially brilliantly either. And again, I don't know anything. All I know is what I've read, what everybody else has read. But the Cody Rhodes leaving, the people like the Revival not being in the video game, there does seem to be an element of clickiness. And I'm a massive Bucks and Omega fan, and I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not Team CM Punk. I'm straight down the line. I think they all needed their heads banging together, proverbially. Metaphorically.
I very much agree. I don't think there's a, it goes back to what you talked about earlier. You mentioned Andrade there. I don't think Andrade has a place in either WWE or AEW for his unprofessionalism. I know he's a talented guy. I know he's, Charlotte Flair and everything. He'll probably will end up back in WWE. But some of what I've read in terms of unprofessional content, in terms of how he's treated people, and I think he's very unprofessional by the sounds of it. You know what I mean? Go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and on the flip side to that, and again, it sounds like he's behaving abominably, but it's Sami Zayn, not Sami Zayn, bloody hell, Sammy Guevara. I know he's been a friend. He's been a friend to the channel, I know, but I've got to be impartial. and call it like I see it. I don't think he's behaved well either. I just don't. There seems to be a no smoke without fire situation with Guevara, and he seems to be involved in a lot of bullshit backstage, and I think he's causing it. I think Tony Khan needs to drag him in an office and put the fear of God into him. As far as a boss can in this day and age, which is book your ideas up because I'm the one paying you. You know, simple as that. That's all you got to say. You know, stop being a troublemaker backstage. This promotion is bigger than you and everybody. And CM Punk and Kenny Omega and Andrade and everybody else.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. As we just saw, sorry guys, I get a bit carried away having these chats with Sam, but we just saw Damage Control get the win there. Roxanne went for a roll up, and then Bayley reversed that into another one. We saw some lovely moments there by Shotzi. Shotzi improving in the ring every week. Roxanne Perez, very impressive. Of course, has great pedigree being from Ring of Honor and going into NXT. That roll up, a bit of an awkward roll up there by Bayley, but that is what won the match for Damage Control. The right call for Damage Control going into Crown Jewel, the momentum that they need, I would say.
Definitely. They need to retain as well. As much as I kind of like that trio, and that was a good match and everybody did well apart from that little herky-jerky roll up there, which the Botchamania boys I'm sure will jump all over. We need Damage Control to become a bigger deal. We need them to become super villains.
We do absolutely.
Bayley can feel like a comedy heel, a comedy villain sometimes, and I want her to go full on super villain, full on Agatha Harkness on this.
I agree, mate.
Hit Row versus Legado del Fantasma.
Legado, great to see Legado del Fantasma, and of course, it's great Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega as well with Legado del Fantasma. Wonderful, you know. Something interesting though. Obviously, Zelina Vega was not part of Legado in NXT.
No.
And there is a note that as far as they were aware, Elektra Lopez was supposed to be being called up, but it apparently got changed. So Elektra Lopez was the manager of Legado del Fantasma in NXT, but didn't make the call unless they've got something else planned for her, you know. So interesting to see what happens to Elektra Lopez going forward, as Zelina Vega is the new member of Legado del Fantasma. Hit Row, great to see Hit Row come back. Great talent, Sashati the Adonis, B-Fab, you know, top dollar, great. I mean, obviously, you miss Swerve in that, but you know.
He's doing his own thing, isn't he? Like I like these guys, and I popped when they came back. I like seeing them in the ring. I like seeing them talk. I just don't want to see them rap ever again. I don't know if that's me being bad, but I don't want to see them do that. That segment was so cringe. Just my opinion. If anyone else liked it, that's cool, but it wasn't for me. But it's the same with Maximum Male Models. It's the same with any gimmick, really. It's we had a Bray tease there.
We had a tease there. Indeed, and we've got my good friend Jody in from the Insiders, who I will be joining for a review after the show goes off air tonight, and after me and Sam do a review for this channel. I'll be going to join my friends at the Insiders, and on Monday I will be joining them for Abby's Window, the show exclusively dedicated to Bray Wyatt happenings on the Insiders podcast. I'm going to be a co-host there for the next couple of weeks. So go and support Jody and the Insiders if you can. Wonderful, wonderful people. We also we've got a $4.99 super chat from Jody as well. Thank you so much. That's amazing. We really, really appreciate that. Obviously, thank you for your support. Michael says, interesting Bray tease. Yes, indeed. Regal won't leave BCC and the freedom he's coaching. Yeah, interesting points there, Sassy. Obviously, you're a big AEW fan, I know, and there you go. Thank you, Sassy, our moderator, thanking Jody for the donation there. We really appreciate it. It helps us cover our costs for StreamYards and anything extra. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to starting a new role with the Insiders on Monday, so that'll be cool. Just before Dan does his Raw review on the podcast, I will be over on the Insiders. So that's exciting. And obviously a great day for the Give Me a Whole Year podcast because we have Sam joining us. For those that don't know, I think a lot of you were here for the Impact stream we did, but Sam is a journalist working not only for Soundsphere, doing wrestling stuff for us, but doing game stuff for Dexerto as well. Sam, what sparked your interest in journalism, mate?
Oh, well, that's interesting.
You probably answered this with Tom, didn't you?
I don't know. I think we talked about wrestling. I don't know if we talked about me becoming a journalist because I worked in marketing, and obviously there's a lot of connecting tissue between marketing and journalism. And I got made redundant. I used to work for Carfan Warehouse, and I got made redundant. I was in my early 20s. I hadn't done a degree. I had my A levels, but I hadn't done a degree. And I was umming and ahhing about what degree to do, and I was already a little bit into writing. So and again, I know you know her well. Shout out to Deborah Robinson at UCLan, the course leader of journalism. I rang her one day, and I just inquired. I said I'm a little bit older than the average student. She said, "Well, come in for an interview. Bring a portfolio," which I hastily threw together. Came in, had an interview, and she put me on the course. Did my degree in journalism, got out, and weirdly, I went straight back into marketing because it was just safe and easy. And before the pandemic, I got made redundant again from another marketing job.
Man. I'm sorry.
No, it was aware. So I got a payout both times. And my wife said I was already doing some freelance journalism at this point for some various places, mostly gaming stuff and a bit of fitness stuff. And my wife said, "Look, this is what you like doing. Just why don't you do this full time? Be a freelance journalist." So I did that. Enjoyed being a freelancer. I had absolutely no desire to get a full time job until the one I got offered from Dexerto just was a dream come true. So I took that full time, and I'm still there full time. That is my day job, 9 to 5. That is where I am and what I'm doing. But evenings and weekends, it's obviously I'm building up the wrestling stuff a little bit. Never been happier. So that was how I got into journalism.
That's amazing, mate. I'm glad to see you so happy as well. You know, and honestly, our wrestling concept really has stepped up since you've been doing stuff for us. It just takes so much pressure off, and also, again, it's quality work. You know, quality work. So for I know we're live doing a SmackDown review, but I'm just saying I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? So and it's lovely to see you. Lovely to see you getting involved in these communities as well.
Yeah, well, I've always lurked. I've always been there lurking. I think just now it's a case of just breaking in, and it's amazing how, like it's since the Tom Talks Rubbish thing and since writing for Soundsphere, how that's come alive so much more. Like I feel like I look at my Twitter sometimes and it's more wrestling than gaming. And I'm like, I've got to address this balance quick. It's a little bit like that.
Absolutely, mate. And some, you will find some of these people, like you mentioned, like I've got to know the Insiders, and and people like Sassy and people like Todd and everybody that's in our, pretty much every, we can always depend on a few people to be there every single time we do a stream, and they're so friendly. Everyone's so friendly. We only started live streams in the pandemic, mate. It's changed our whole way of thinking about stuff, because we were doing pre-recorded stuff. As we got on Extreme, what's this? Fire, Sam.
I think
it's McIntyre. What's this? Oh, it's McIntyre.
Hello.
Oh, no, Viking Raiders. It'll be the Viking Raiders, won't it? It'll be the Viking Raiders.
Sarah Logan. It's Sarah Logan coming back, isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah. Sarah Logan coming back, which is good. Want to see that?
Well, Sarah Logan doesn't have a beard, so I think you might be right. I think it's the Viking Raiders.
I know she's her voice. It's her voice, though, I believe. So.
Oh yes, of course.
She'll be coming back with them. So Sarah Logan and the Viking Raiders.
Because that was another release that I was annoyed about. It's good to see her coming back.
It is, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
They're going to tease us with Bray now,
in the ring. What? Yeah, more teasers with Bray.
They're going to tease us with Bray about at least 5 more times before we see him. I promise you.
It'll be the last thing. It'll be the last thing on the card, mate. It'll be, but it's keeping us interested. To be fair.
We were going to watch it anyway.
Be fab, Top Dollar and Ashanti in the ring, waiting for Legado del Fantasma, who just made their debut on SmackDown last week. Legado always looking, particularly Santos Escobar always looks so sharp in his suit, doesn't he? He always looks super
He's
nice.
awesome, just awesome. I prefer him without the mask as well because he's got so much charisma and personality. I think when he was on Impact, he was. I think was he El Fantasmo or El Fantasma? Fantasmo, somebody else in Bullet Club. But he's since he took that mask off and he's talking more. He's so good. Like NXT, he's been the best thing on NXT for years.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Banner and Paul, thank you, Sassy, for keeping me in the game. I'm on it right now. We have Hit Row. There you go. Hit Row versus Legado. And I'm going to just put Legado for short so that you guys know what's going on. Hot Row.
I think that's better. I actually think that's better.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Hit Row versus Legado. And I will do the poll for you guys as well. On the last one, you all said that Raquel's team was going to win. So we've got that one wrong, guys. Don't worry about it. There is another opportunity right now to put your vote in. So who's winning? Let's see. So who have you got? I'll ask my co-presenter, Sam. Your thoughts on this? Are you into this? We've had a couple of people talk about how the crowd is a bit dead. Are you into this? Who do you think's winning?
I think Legado are winning, and I think they need to win. I think Hit Row
I
had
totally
a few
agree with
wins.
you. I totally agree with you, mate. Yeah.
But we need Legado to be seen as a threat, a new heel tag team who can just, wreck anyone, leave. But they have to. They've got to be heels. They've got to win by chicanery. I like Hit Row. I don't want to hear them rap, but I like them in the ring. I love them as characters. I think they're fantastic. There's nothing else like them. But we need Santos Escobar to be a star.
That was he just dragged Ashanti off the apron there.
Go on, Zelina. Zelina Vega, by the way, does an awesome Hurricane Rana. So
absolutely.
Seeing that.
That was a nice clothesline there, and then drop kick on Top Dollar. Oh, nice chop block.
I think they changed his name. He used to be called Joaquin Wild, didn't he, in NXT? I think he's called something else now. I could be wrong. I miss his DJZ gimmick where he had he'd go DJ and the klaxon would go off or whatever it was. That was fun.
Was that? Oh, there you go. Nice. So the victory. Oh, was DJZ? Was that him? Really?
Yeah, back on the Independents and Impact as well.
Oh yeah, Joaquin Wild. You're right. Yeah.
And he got horribly injured. I think it was a Triple A show. Something went really wrong, and he cut himself open really badly.
Oh, really?
His tattoo on his back is actually covering a scar where he got very hurt. Yeah, it was worrying actually when it happened. But he's all right, thank God.
Yeah, absolutely. What a talent. Happy Legado is on the main roster. Me too, Michael. Absolutely. They just want Bray at this point.
They do.
It's an arguable point on Sonya Deville, who was on NXT last week.
Do you think with Triple H in charge, we might see more crossovers with NXT? Because I remember there was a stage, wasn't there, where they did a Survivor Series with all three of them, and it was fun. It was a bit chaotic, but it was fun. But they've not done that for Survivor Series this year. They're going down the War Games road. So
which is cool. I think that's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? War Games is just a breath of fresh air in a Survivor Series setting and legit storylines. Oh, Liv Morgan attacking Sonya Deville. Nice.
Why are these two feuding? I think I missed something.
Yeah, you apparently. So Liv Morgan was being chastised there by. So there was some bullying there by Sonya Deville to Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan didn't want to take it. She wasn't going to take it.
I want to see Liv Morgan turn heel. I want to see her go.
Yeah, I think that's what we might be. Well, I mean, I know Sonya is a heel, but I think we're getting there.
I thought they could have had a really good babyface storyline with Sonya Deville a few years ago, and I think it could have been a really, really progressive and good one as well. And I feel like they butchered it a little bit, so I don't know if they should bring that back one day. I think her and Mandy Rose were both heels together at the time. I thought that could have been a really good storyline if done right. But that's
Liv Morgan's going to go extreme again. Oh, nice. She's gone a bit nuts. I think they're telling a story here about her going a bit nuts, Sam.
That works for me.
She's laughing a little bit, I think. I know, yeah, she's...
Oh, who's this? It's Ricochet.
Ricochet, okay. So Sonya Deville, I think, is gonna be facing Alba Fire. So Sonya Deville gonna be in NXT, and I believe Triple H did say that more of those crossovers are gonna happen between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. So that's interesting, Sam. You know?
Yeah, I'm happy about it because I feel like in the NXT 2.0 era, which is dead, thankfully, it's NXT became a little bit of an afterthought. Now, here's the thing: I don't want NXT to be on an even keel with Raw and SmackDown because it's developmental. It shouldn't be, but it also shouldn't be just pushed to the sidelines and made a bit smaller and all of that. I miss NXT takeovers.
Yeah,
I want them back. I want them as grand as they were, as if they felt like Ring of Honor shows in many ways. They almost felt like big Ring of Honor shows. And I used to look. I tell you what I used to do before WrestleMania. I wouldn't watch the NXT takeovers. I'd wait until Mania and watch it all in one day, just marathon it for about 8 hours.
Amazing.
It was just awesome.
Amazing.
Drunk as a skunk by the end of it, but just the best. And
that sounds.
I kind of want to do that again. You know.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic, mate. It really does. That sounds awesome. Just sounds so much fun. So much fun.
Do you stream on WrestleMania, or do you have any?
We always stream on Mania. Yeah, we always stream on Mania. That is part of the nature, of what we do on the podcast. Is we WrestleMania. When we were getting used to, there's a funny moment. If anybody, some people will remember it. This year, I was having a night off, so it was down to Anthony and Dan Reed, who you met, I believe, a little bit on Impact, who's from Pro Wrestling Eve. So they were co-hosting WrestleMania, and I was there. And because of the Cody thing, I thought in my wisdom I'd get on. I was in bed with Emma, and I thought I'd get on podcast on my phone. But I'd never done a StreamYard on my phone. So if you look at the top of our stream, on the top right, you can see an end broadcast button, can't you? Right?
Yes.
So in the middle of WrestleMania, about 4,000. It ended up being seen by about 5,000 people in total. You can see on the you can go watch it back. It's had about 5,000 hits or something around those lines. But you can just see me going like this. When I'm like, oh, see you guys later. See you soon. And the stream just stops. And Anthony and Dan are like, Dom, you've stopped the stream. Dom, you've stopped the stream. So you'll see part 2 of WrestleMania after Anthony frantically sets up, because you've got to set up a new stream, you've got to set up new thumbnails, everything, all of it. So the joys of streaming, Sam. Honestly, it's an interesting interesting thing to get into. You know, you got to get used to certain things. You know, it's fascinating.
Oh, I don't know if I could join you on WrestleMania, because I have such a ritual. And I've had that ritual for a very long time. So I don't know if I'd be able to. I
wouldn't expect you to.
No, I'm just saying. Or it would be such a thing to do or not do, because like even my in-laws know not to come round at WrestleMania. They know when WrestleMania is.
Yeah, right. Okay,
right. Of that, they have it marked on the calendar. Sam's going to disappear from a Thursday to a Monday.
Okay, yeah.
But
wow,
he may not even shower. No, I do. I'm joking. But,
I mean, I get that. I get that completely. Yeah. I understand that completely, mate.
No cooking, just takeaways and beer.
Takeaways, yeah, takeaways and beer. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. With you on that 100%.
My wife said it's like my Christmas.
Yeah,
so
and I think that's an accurate perception. I think it's the same for me as well. And I'm lucky. I'm so lucky because my partner Emma's not really into wrestling, but she's so supportive of like me doing these silly little things, And it's not silly anymore because we are actually monetized, and there is a financial, in terms of covering our costs and everything, we're able to do that. But I think, certainly in the beginning, Emma was like, go and do that. And then when I came in, I came to bed at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. after Extreme Rules, and Emma had thought Emma was like, Emma was worried that one of her boys was like sleepwalking and screaming. One of her, and it was actually me. And I came to bed super excited, and she was so happy for me. And it's like, when you think about that, like wrestling, it's better with people, isn't it? It's better watching it with people, and I'm so happy that I've been able to watch wrestling here with you. And Emma does sit and watch wrestling with me. She will watch it with me. She will engage with me, and we're very lucky, And Emma actually engages in this community a lot with these guys, which is wonderful, So we're so happy, And Anthony's partner Becky does as well, and we're so we're lucky to have that support really on this podcast. So thank you guys so much. Go on.
Oh, so go ahead. No, so I was going to say go ahead. I think I jumped in too early.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I need to go do the poll. I got to do the admin, man. So you take over and sort everything out. Commentary. Brawling Brutes coming out.
I was going to say we've got Sheamus, who's overwhelmingly a babyface now. I think, or is he still a little bit heelish? Is he like that? I think the crowd are into him.
Nah, he's a super babyface now. Super babyface. I think.
Because we were at Clash at the Castle and we saw that match, and that it almost reminded me of the double turn, the Bret Hart thing, but it wasn't. But it was like Sheamus came out a heel and went back in even though he lost, but the loss was what made it so endearing, I suppose, because he was such a gutsy loss. He's another dude who had a moment at Clash at the Castle, Solo Sikoa, making his main roster debut at that show. A little bit after that was a great match, and I loved it. Was such an Attitude Era match as well. We got a Money in the Bank cash in that nearly happened. He got knocked out by Tyson Fury. Then Solo Sikoa does a run in. It's a shame we didn't see the Usos, I think, but other than and Paul Heyman. But other than that, it was. Let's be honest, it was a glorified house show. Apart from the Solo Sikoa and Imperium joining the main roster as a unit, it felt like a lot like a house show, or one of the Saudi Arabia shows. But it doesn't mean it wasn't brilliant. And no, it was a great experience.
It was incredible. Yeah, well, an incredible show, an absolutely incredible show.
We've got Sheamus, Solo.
So Karrion Kross was supposed to be out there. Yes, so it was supposed to be Karrion Kross. But I believe he's injured, isn't he? Sorry. Yeah.
Is he kayfabe injured?
It's the car accident, wasn't it? It was the car accident that.
Which means I wonder if Sami Zayn's going to interfere.
Yeah, I think it could do, and we might get a surprise here, Sam. If maybe it's going to be Drew.
It's Ray. Booyaka. 619.
Nice. Very cool. I'm lagging slightly
on
my side. So, yeah.
See, I think me doing it in this office and not the upstairs office was the right call because my internet has been flawless.
Yeah, I think you're doing good. You're going to be a bit ahead of me when it comes to the old Bray reaction. But it seems to be having a couple of issues. It's Rey Mysterio. Yeah, so I've just got Ray on now, so that's exciting.
I wonder how many masks Rey Mysterio has. I'd love to know. I bet he has like a room in his house, like a mask room.
I would imagine. I think he does. Yeah.
Oh, does he? Oh,
Yeah, no, I think he does. I think it's yeah. Hang on. Okay, Sam, I have to ask why did they sing American Pie song at Clash of the Castle?
I can tell you why. I know exactly why. It's because Tyson Fury finishes every match. Well, not every match, but the most recent high-profile boxing matches by singing that song. I think he first did it a couple of years ago, and it was completely random. I think he just did it because he had so much adrenaline, and it's just become a thing he does now. So when he did that with Drew McIntyre, I think the idea was he was trying to just cheer him up, but it was also it's kind of Fury's gimmick now. So them doing that together to a British crowd was always going to be over. The only thing is, to anyone in America or anyone who's not familiar with boxing is going to think, what are they doing? But there was method in the madness. I sang along because I knew what they were doing, but it was only a few years. It was only a few days later when I realised. I think I was in the minority because even my wife didn't know what they were doing. She was like, "Why are they singing this? What, you know?" Because we were hoping Bray Wyatt was going to come back, so we were like, "Enough singing, bring out Bray." So we all, and then we left the stadium, and it was Cardiff was just full of like 70,000 influx of 70,000 people.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah.
We got the train back to our Airbnb, and wow, it was just crazy. It was awesome, but it was great. It was crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine it was packed. I can imagine it was absolutely packed. I ended up walking back to. I could walk back to my hotel, which was really nice. But yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it was mental when I was walking home. There was a lot of chaos on those streets.
I think what I would have loved to have done is, now the adverts are on. Is because I remember when I booked my tickets, because again, my wife, I was in bed on my iPad and when the tickets went live, and there they were. And I tilted the iPad towards her, and she just resolutely went, "I know you have to." So I booked the ticket.
Beautiful.
That was several hundred quid that I spent right there, and I knew, and she knew, we have to do this. There's no two ways about it. It has to be done. It's one of those moments. But then we went and tried booking a hotel, and it was like 800 quid for a Premier Inn. So I don't know who you knew to get the hotel, where you got it, but we
very lucky as well. But it's interesting because obviously I didn't know I was going until like 4 days before. That's one of the things I guess you'll come to know about WWE press stuff. Is it's all very last minute. So very last minute. So I was just prepared to do a stream with Anthony and be here, but no, I was there, and I was not only there, I was doing press, and it was a wonderful experience. Seeing the stuff they do, the community stuff with Liv Morgan, Drew McIntyre doing all that was amazing. Pete Dunne was there. It was great to see that, but it was stressful because it was again last minute hotel, all that stuff. But that is the nature of what we do, I suppose, Sam. It's thinking on our feet, isn't it?
I feel like you had to do all the heavy lifting that day because I got out of it because it was like because I didn't know because I remember saying we should meet up, we'll have a drink, and then I didn't know if you might need any help. But then our phone, like I was sat in that bar and Jess was like, "You are far too drunk to go and talk to wrestlers." there's no way. And then I thought, oh God, she's right.
You got to enjoy
it. But then all the phone signal went down. Everyone on O2, I couldn't text you, even if I wanted to give you a hand or anything at all, because I thought, right, well, that's that. And I think it was only later on, like about midnight, I think I was able to text you and go, "I'm really sorry. I hope you were all right doing all of that," because I was on standby just in case.
You did that. Thank you, man. And that's one thing I learned as well is like, and I said this to Tom in our interview. There was a lot of people there with 2 or 3 people, But like I'd only been given one pass, so and a bunch of other people had only been given one pass originally.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask for more. So I think next time I'm gonna be like, and that's the key, you don't ask, you don't get. So I think next time I've learned from this experience. I wanted someone there to do video stuff. I mean, I was right next to the Cultaholic guys and next to like the WWE socials person. It was really interesting, but you're packed in like sardines in this big hotel room. It's really interesting experience. To be honest, I think it might be the hermit that's still in me because of the pandemic. I prefer the Zoom stuff. I prefer doing stuff on Zoom. It makes I can just sit here. Excuse me. I could just sit here and dance. I could be wearing absolutely nothing right now, and you wouldn't know. I could just be sat here.
The last stream, I was in my PJs, my WWE PJs.
And absolutely, you should be, mate. Absolutely, you should be. That's the joy of these things, doing this stuff. Drew was afraid the crowd would riot, so that's what Dylan thinks why the sing-along happened. Continuing Drew and Karrion feud, so that's what's taken Karrion out of this fatal four-way, and Rey Mysterio is very much in it. Thank you, Sam. I had no idea from here. So Todd, obviously from the US, didn't understand that. Viking Berserker cigar with spicy mango chai tea. Sassy, Sam, is like the queen of the podcast, but like she knows how to live. Cigar every time, cigar every wrestling event, good food. She wants to have Moxley. She wants to have Moxley ravage her. She's a huge fan of Moxley. In case
competition from a very rowdy Canadian, I think.
Absolutely. Right. Sassy, that does sound amazing. Cigar and tea time. Right. Okay. Have we done the poll? Yes, I've done a poll. Thank God for that. Right. So you guys are saying Sheamus looks like the winner to you guys at the moment as Rey comes outside. Lovely sliding splash there by Rey Mysterio.
Do you know what? This computer I'm watching the stream, the SmackDown on, the HP Omen, it's in a better picture than the 50-inch screen I watched it on Bound for Glory on when we did the last stream. So
there you go.
I think this is going to be the way I do it in future. Go on, Rey.
Ricochet. Wow. Yeah, I love this Ricochet and Rey Mysterio. Amazing.
Have these two ever had a single? They're both baby faces, aren't they? Have they ever had a single match?
I don't know. I think maybe on a UK independent they did. I remember hearing about it. Dylan says Solo Sikoa for the win. Of course, if you are on YouTube, dude, you can join us there and vote on the poll, but we'll take your vote into consideration. Thank you. As you saying Solo. As Rey, lovely, went for the DDT. Beautiful.
Did you see that? Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, incredible work.
I'm with our friend there. I think, Solo for the win. Yeah. Sami Zayn to interfere. Solo for the win.
I like that. Yeah. Sami Zayn helping out. Solo Sikoa. Yeah, Solo Sikoa helped out Zayn earlier. Yeah. Dylan, what's your YouTube? It's give me a whole so just search that. So the spelling is in the bottom there. Sorry, Sam, what were you going to say?
No, it's okay. I was going to say it's something like Sami Zayn is slowly gaslighting Solo Sikoa. I think a little bit. It's such a cool story. It is very
nuanced. Yeah, very nuanced. As we're going into a breakdown. Absolutely. I get what you're saying here, dude. Like the nuances are there now for WWE, and there's not been anything that complicated, that diverse for a long time in WWE, where we're actually forced to think about stuff. That's what I think anyway.
You remember wrestling, you remember the good matches and the good angles, the storylines that make you go like this, and like certain heel turns that make you do that. Like, but I think everything is so overdone, and everything got very, very, very formulaic in WWE. It was so predictable. I knew the outcome of every match. Like, don't get, they swerve me every now and then on the pay-per-views a little bit. But I think now Triple H is in charge. I do genuinely feel like anything could happen, and it's exciting. It's just SummerSlam blew me away. It was just so good. Clash at the Castle was great, but again, glorified house show. Extreme Rules was cracking as well and it's, let's be honest, it's a B pay-per-view, but it was still like Bray Wyatt came back. We'll forever associate that, I think, with Extreme Rules going forward.
And that, again, one of the greatest, I believe, one of the greatest wrestling returns we've seen. I would put Chris Jericho's above it, maybe The Rock's.
Yeah,
but there's not many. There's not many.
What about CM? Let's be honest. A year ago, a year and a half ago now, CM Punk's.
I'm sorry, Bray Wyatt goes above that for me.
Really? Okay, interesting.
This is where me and Anthony disagree, and obviously you'll get to work with Anthony at some point. He likes wrestling. He's a wrestling fan. He's a wrestling fan. And what I mean by that is he likes, technical wrestling. Doesn't like a lot of spectacle, a lot of the hocus pocus, And I'm all about, if I'm going to watch wrestling, it needs to be an escape for me. That's why I like Bray Wyatt and I like Mick Foley before him. Weird characters, weird, diverse characters. Do you know what I mean? And this is my issue with why I struggle to kind of with people that are like pure wrestling fans that are like, oh, I just want to watch a quality wrestling match and I don't want any drama or what is it, theatrics. Well, that's what this is. That's what this is. It's ridiculous. It's ballet for dudes in the majority. It's flipping Coronation Street for a predominantly male audience. Do you know what I mean?
Pantomime for grown-ups. Pantomime for grown-ups is what I call it.
Pantomime for grown-ups. What if we don't? What's the point of it if it's just simulated fighting? If you want fighting, you go to UFC. Do you know what I mean? It's about creating moments and almost a little magic. Anyway, sorry, go on. Give me your thoughts on that.
No, it's all right. I'm kind of in the middle. I like sports-based wrestling. I like a good match. So I am a technical wrestling guy. I'm someone who will pay full attention to a Zack Sabre Jr. versus Minoru Suzuki match all the way through.
I get that.
Yeah. But then again, I also adore The Undertaker and everything he ever did, and Kane, and as a kid watching Kane come out and rip the door off for Hell in a Cell, and me and my mates watching that as 14-year-old, no younger, watching that and being like, oh, that's Kane. Oh, I'm into that as well. And it's the thing with Bray Wyatt. I really liked the Firefly Funhouse. I thought it was creative. I thought it was clever. I thought it was really layered. I thought it was really, really good. So I don't mind some spooky daftness in wrestling. I enjoy it. I do. I think I like a bounce. I think what's good about Bray Wyatt is he could do it and do it right. But if everybody was doing that, it would be ridiculous. I like how Matt Riddle is leaning into his UFC stuff a bit. I think it does need to be a bit of a variety show. If I'm watching WrestleMania, I want to see a spooky dooky match with Wyatt doing something nuts, but I also want to see some technical masterclasses with I don't know as well. I want to see a mix of all those things, I suppose. That's
it's a balance, isn't it? It's a balance. Yeah. An absolute balance of the two. And I get that as Solo Sikoa goes for the cover on Ray, but Sheamus comes down with a knee. I 100% get where you're at there, dude. Yeah. I like more of the atmospheric stuff, but I also I love Minoru Suzuki. I love watching his matches with Bryan Danielson. So again, certain technical wrestlers I really identify with.
Just going back to the CM Punk return. I think,
yes, sorry, yeah.
No, I was going to say, I'll tell you why that was a bit I always felt with Bray Wyatt, it was always a matter of time before he came back. He was always coming back.
I see where you're going with it, yeah.
Where we all knew Punk was coming, but I had given up on him by that point completely. I was like, he's gone. It's all right now. Let's stop talking about it. Let's just let it be. So him coming back was still mind-bending to me, where Wyatt, it was like, welcome home, mate. Well, I'm glad you're back. But obviously, my opinion has changed with the CM Punk thing at the moment. I hope it all works out. But I don't know what to think, really. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to let it roll.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, dude. I get it. And CM Punk's an incredible talent, and I hope we do see him do something. I hope we do see him do something like, there's his last run of matches have been incredible in AEW, so I hope we do see him again. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, Sami Zayn.
Oh, you called it, mate. You called it.
I told you to keep that thing shiny.
Yeah, of course. That only happens for pay-per-views, man. You only get it on pay-per-views.
All right, then. Let's see. Because I'm good at this. Booker of the year over here.
All right, well, you got to get your predictions. So Zakor there, super kick, nice.
What's Sami Zayn doing?
Oh, taking out Sheamus. And now Jay getting involved. Oh, man. Butch now coming out to save Sheamus. Go on.
I think my stream died for a moment, but I think I'm back.
Yeah, it's okay. So Butch coming out to save... that'd be good. The bloodline and the Brawling Brutes, Sam. They might be teasing that.
Well, it makes sense of their faces now, doesn't it? I think it's... Oh, it has to happen now, yeah. And it makes sense. It's... Oh,
Ricochet caught the 619.
This could have been a pay-per-view match, this.
Oh, I agree. Oh, what was that? He spiked him. Oh, amazing. What a sell from Ricochet. What a sell. There's the 619. Is Ray going to get this?
He must have. Yeah.
There you
go.
If he gets 1, 2, 3, Mysterio is gonna win the belt, and then he's gonna feud for it with Dominic. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. Be down with that. Rey Mysterio, the #1 contender, Sam, for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, although I don't think he's going to get the belt.
No. I know what you mean. I'm fantasy booking it. I'm fantasy booking.
Oh, fair,
Dominic
okay,
Mysterio.
Is Gunther still holding the belt? Yeah, okay, good. I think Gunther needs to hold that until WrestleMania.
I agree.
I want... Because obviously Brock Lesnar's back, and he looks like he's going to be feuding with Lashley, which is... They should do forever, as far as I'm concerned. Right, up next.
All right.
It says it, up next.
Is it up next? Come on, you said that before, Sam. You said that before.
And now we've got advert. 3 minutes of adverts. We've got a vamp for 3 minutes.
God damn it. Well, I'll get us ready for that. I'll make sure that we all know what's coming next, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm a little bit behind. It seems like a little bit behind you, but I'm not messing with this. I'm not messing with this. I'm just gonna hope for the best. I'm not too far behind, because I've been looking forward to this for a whole week.
And a year before that.
And a year before that. Honestly, guys, like, so buzzed. So buzzed.
The question I've got, and I was talking about this when I was flying solo, I don't think he's going to be the Fiend for a bit. I think
I don't want him to be the Fiend. No, yeah, I want him to bring it out as a special thing. Bring it out as a special thing.
I think we're seeing a new version of the cult leader, Bray Wyatt.
I like that. I like that, Sam. Yeah, I do like that very much. Yeah.
Which was arguably the best Bray Wyatt. I think that was when people thought he might be the second coming of The Undertaker, and then things kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah. I remember when I was doing some bits for What Culture, I wrote an article on why Bray Wyatt was the next Undertaker. And it was interesting, like how many people believed it as well. A lot of people did back in the day. This was years ago now, and it's.
Part of me wanted him to break the streak. I thought, And I'm one of the few people who was actually behind Brock Lesnar being the guy who broke the streak. But I also thought Bray would have been a safe bet. I thought Lesnar works because it was like, well, what are you expecting? Who else was it going to be? Lesnar's the most dominant guy there. He was always going to be Lesnar.
Yeah.
So I like how it was so obvious that nobody saw it coming with Lesnar. But romantically, fantasy booking, and if there's any justice in the world, yeah, it should have been Bray. It should have been Bray Wyatt needed that. That would have cemented him. You know, so it
would have been incredible. Yeah. Very much agree with you, mate. Very much agree with you on that one.
Obviously, Roman Reigns being the Taker's second loss at Mania, that made sense at the time, because at the time they were doing everything. You know, the Roman Reigns was an experiment that they were really, really working hard with, wasn't it? But let's be honest, turning Roman Reigns heel was the greatest decision ever.
Yes.
What a move! Just perfect. Oh, we're back.
Oh, right. Okay. A little bit behind you.
Let's see.
Logan Paul returns. Okay. Logan Paul returns. Come on. Next week. Okay. Damage control. Oh, nice. Raquel and Shotzi versus Damage Control, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville next week. Good. Good. Here we go, says Todd. Yes! Yes, come on! Fireflies! Let's go, Sam! Fireflies, it's quiet. What's this?
It's the door.
Nice little piano line going on.
I'm turning up the volume.
Yeah, me too. We're going to be a bit quiet here, guys, while we figure this out.
They'll understand, I'm sure.
Yeah, beautiful piano line there. Like, just accompanying this. Oh, the atmosphere. Amazing. I love it. Oh, there's the doors opening. This is so cool.
The crowd are going nuts. They're awake now.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
You better not just come back out and go, I'm here, and disappear again. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm here. Bye.
What is this? It's a nice sound. I think it's a nice tune. The screen is dark.
I see the lantern. No mask.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
I kind of miss his severed head lantern. Like that. His entrance, was it 2018 SummerSlam with Finn against Finn Balor? That was terrifying. Like, I think they had to tone it down, didn't they? Because that
blue lantern is nice. It's beautiful. I like this theme music.
Yeah, I do. He needed a rebrand. He needed a complete reboot.
Is it live? It sounds live to me. I don't
know.
It sounds like a live mix.
It does. I feel like every returning wrestler to WWE has a nose ring at the moment.
Yeah.
Braun as well. I thought Braun just had snot in his nose until I kind of looked closer and it's a ring.
Amazing. He's getting in the ring. We're going to see a promo. We're going to see a promo by Bray Wyatt.
First time since, not WrestleMania just gone, but the WrestleMania before, we've seen him in the ring. Get your head around that. That's crazy.
Incredible. Oh, he's spinning it around like he used to.
Run.
Amazing.
His hair looks cool.
He does. What's he saying? He looks like he's really emotional. It looks like he's really into this. Whatever's going on. It looks quite emotional, actually.
I wonder if we're going to see, presumably, Vinny Marsalia and that lot are all in the building.
I feel like he might be having if he's. Looks like he's got some emotion there. There's some real emotion in his eyes, dude. Oh man, beautiful. The lights, the music stopped. The
yeah, he's
fireflies
correct. You're right.
Yeah,
I think you're ahead of me on the stream.
This is beautiful. He's oh man, this is lovely. Bray's like crying, man. This is like
He's gonna talk.
Welcome back. Oh wow. This is pretty emotional, man.
I don't believe him. Don.
And he's just, yeah, this is weird. He's just, no, this is something. Dude, can you do me a solid and just drop your volume slightly? It's just because we might.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry. Yeah.
We can get called up on it just slightly.
Oh yeah, you're right. Of course. There you go.
There you go. I can't believe this, man. He's just talking, just talking as himself. Dude, he's like crying.
I can't help thinking that this is a work.
Oh yeah, no, I agree, man. This cat, I don't believe this is weird.
Like, are we seeing, the man behind the gimmicks here, or is this just what MJF did the other day? Came in at the jersey, right, warming up, being all nice to the crowd, and then just turning on him.
Oh man, this is. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful if this is it. Like,
I think they need to do more than just have him come back and be, oh, no, shucks, I'm so happy to be here. I think they need to do more than that. They need to establish his gimmick. They need to establish whatever this is going to be. This can't just be I'm so happy to be back.
Wow.
There were some comments about his weight on the internet after, and I think he looks great. I think he looks brilliant.
I think he does. They're giving him some time for this. Yeah. They're giving him some time for this, though. There you go. Thank you, Bray chant going on now. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. The people saved his life. It is interesting because I've read that he is supposed to be a babyface.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Oh, the lights are out again. The lights are out again. What's going on? There's a mask. What is this?
Adverts?
What is that? That's it.
Is that the end of the show?
It's 3 o'clock, isn't it? It's 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's it. It's
what is that? What was that, man? I don't know how I feel about what was that. That was weird. Weird.
Do we know what the creepy dude in the mask said? Was it a repeat of Who Killed the World, etc., etc.?
Yeah. I have a feeling he's not talking about the fans. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Could be talking
Or
about his faction, maybe.
What if they're doing a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing? What if Bray is back as Bray, but his alter ego is still in evil fiend mode?
Yeah, interesting, man. Interesting. Yeah.
And we never know who we're going to get. That could be cool.
Yeah, it could be cool. Yeah. Interesting, man. That mask and that character is another. Yeah, it's a different character. He took the mask off. He came out in the mask at Extreme Rules, and then that took it off. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. What just happened? I'm waiting for you, dude. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. We'll be back next week to find out. They're making us watch. So who knows, man? Who knows? Unavailable for contacting. Nice to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. I will be debating some of this stuff in more depth over on the Insiders Wrestling podcast in a little while. But me and Sam are going to do a little roundup. I'm honestly not too sure how I feel about that, Sam. It was interesting. There's obviously some alter ego stuff there. Before we do the matches and the roundup and the grading, what do you think about that?
I don't like it. It's great seeing him and hearing him talk. And I agree that they should tease us a little bit more with more stuff. But I genuinely thought we were going to see him come back, turn on the crowd, and interfere somehow, introducing the Wyatt Six. But whatever they're doing, they're taking their time. And again, I trust them to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of emphasis on this character, and he came back super emotional, and that was beautiful to see. I've never seen that side of Bray Wyatt, and I think maybe they're going to play into that. And again, maybe an alter ego, But again, interesting, exciting. It's got us thinking, hasn't it? It's got us thinking about what happens in the future. So let's see.
I'm not even sure I want to see him wrestle for a while. Does that make sense?
No.
I kind of think they should just keep teasing him, make him a big deal. When Wyatt turns up, it needs to be an event. Let's see, maybe a tease every week. I'm not so sure he needs to wrestle for, I don't know, till when? Maybe Survivor Series, maybe later.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
Totally see
I
that.
think it'd be fun to see him Crown Jewel, but I think I'd rather see it be more of an angle than a match at this stage. I want, when he returns to the ring, it to be a big event. They need to Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns him for a bit, make him the guy who turns up every now and then and does something cool and vanishes. Less is more.
Yeah, I agree. Less is more for sure. 100%. I mean, it's got me interested to check out next Friday night on SmackDown. You can guarantee I'll be here, and I've not been watching regular SmackDowns for a long time, so lots to whet the appetite. So then, Sam, what we normally do is we obviously have our grade. I mean, you'll remember, or you might not, because unfortunately you couldn't join us for the end. But what we do is a grade out of 10. We have a performer of the night, and we have a match of the night. So your grade out of 10 for the show on the whole.
I thought there were some awesome matches. I thought there was some that were a little bit forgettable as well. But that last match, that Fatal 4-Way was 10 out of 10. Yeah. So, and Bray Wyatt coming back, so that was a moment in history that we're never gonna get back. So that was a very important SmackDown. So I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give it an 8 because I thought it was. I'm going to give it an 8. That Fatal 4-Way was good. The Bray Wyatt return, if I'm honest, and it'll be interesting to see what the Insiders as kind of Bray Wyatt experts as they've become, say, later on. But I think I don't know what to make of it yet, and I'll be, again, I'm going to sort of really think about it as a big Bray fan. But I don't know whether I was underwhelmed by it or not. I haven't quite decided yet. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Again, the emotion there was beautiful. The theme was great. Presentation-wise, really cool. Again, a beautiful moment. for Bray fans and for people like myself who do love him as a performer. But again, interesting. I'll be interested to see where it goes for sure. In terms of the match, he had a fatal 4-way. Performer of the night for you.
I think if it's performer, I'm giving it to Bray. But if it's if we're talking about the wrestling, probably Rey Mysterio, I think, did some magic in that fatal 4-way. I feel like I've given it to Sami Zayn, like myself, just watching several weeks in a row. But it was nice seeing Rey just do something without the whole Judgment Day interfering.
I agree.
I'm getting a bit bored of the judge. Like, I want to see the Judgment Day win matches and become a force to be reckoned with. But the whole beat downs and the concertos, I'm like, oh, stop it! Tell a story. Stop doing this.
I agree, mate. I agree, and I think it's going to be interesting, because again, Ray and Walter is going to be a dream match for a lot of people when that happens. You know what I mean? So that'll be great. People are going to want to see that. I'm looking forward to the storyline progression, particularly of this potential Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, and the Brawling Brutes down the line. If Sheamus needs to move on from if Sheamus needs to move on from Walter, a short-term challenger for Roman Reigns in the interim.
It'd be good if Sheamus could have a crack at Reigns, lose, but then maybe if they keep this Gunther feud going all the way till Mania, it might be too much to ask. But or even maybe the Royal Rumble or beyond, and give him that belt will mean something when he gets it. You know, I think they need to make the IC. I think the one thing Triple H hasn't done yet is I don't think he's made the IC title or the United States title mean what they could. I want, I want Raw to begin, Lashley to come out. Oh no, he hasn't got it anymore, does he? Rollins to come out with that belt, and then to make the show all about him as the champ. Roman Reigns needs to be up there on another level above everybody, with the two world titles. But I want Raw and SmackDown to be kind of led by those championships for them to be important. And Gunther on SmackDown is the man to make that happen. And I think Sheamus is eventually the guy to unseat him. But it's got to be.
I agree. It has to be. Absolutely. It has to be. And again, but again, Reigns versus Sheamus in the short term before he maybe goes back towards what Gunther is going to be great. And like I say, Rey Mysterio Gunther is going to be a dream match. I'm interested in the story progression as well. Damage Control have been consistent. I don't think they're at the super villain level that perhaps you were talking about them being at, but I think they could get there. I really do think 100%. They could get there.
I think they need to. Speaking of Damage Control, when they revealed the name Damage Control at Clash of the Castle, I think we should talk about how the British crowd responded to Bayley. It was just brilliant.
Of course, amazing. Hey, Bayley! Yeah, that was amazing.
Just the way her response, just to shut up, I can't hear you, and all of that. Great. But I think they need to dumb down the pantomime with Bayley, and let's make her a killer. Put her in the ring, have her squash a few big stars, make her an absolute threat to Bianca Belair, a legitimate threat, not just a Healy, she'll cheat away threat. I think that's what they have to do with Bayley. Otherwise, we risk it being a bit, panto and not that interesting. That's just me. Because the stable, I want that stable to be dominant. If they could be like Judgment Day with Beth Phoenix at Extreme Rules, that was shocking. It was like, oh wow, they've gone quite far there. I want to see Damage Control have that level of heat, that level of threat.
I agree, mate. I agree. I think we're not far away from that, but it's on. It is. There is still work to do to establish them as those mega heels, but I think we could get there. Elsewhere, I'm trying to think that again. I think LA Knight established himself as a solid heel, which was good. Great to see LA Knight there. I'm going to debate over on the Insiders Wrestling podcast now the Bray Wyatt stuff, so feel free to come and join me over there, guys. In terms of this show, like I say, just going back over our grades, Sam gave it a 9. I gave it an 8. Sassy has given it a 6.5. Performer Ray.
Savage.
Yeah, Savage, yeah. Match Fatal 4-way. So Match Fatal Performer Ray. Okay, yeah. I could see that. I could see that. Your performer again, Sam? Was Bray, wasn't
Rey
it?
Mysterio. If we're talking about the wrestling, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, we're talking, yeah, but on the whole, like the performance. So you give it to Bray.
Well, I feel like I sort of have to, but
yeah,
the
tears, man, the tears.
But like Rey Mysterio, as far as the wrestling goes, he holds the crown for tonight, just 100%.
Yeah.
So giving you a bit of a non-answer there, but that's where we are. I think if it wasn't for Bray Wyatt coming out and that being such a moment, Ray'd have it in the bag.
Yeah, no, I can totally see. I can totally see where you're at with that. Yeah. Match for 4-way. Forget about the past, fix the future. Yeah, that was the line that the masked figure gave, and there must be something in there for that, and I'm sure that'll lead to more stuff in the future. Honorable mention, Liv. Yeah, Liv's been doing some interesting character work. I wonder how that's going to develop in the future, guys. We'll have to tune in. I will be here next Friday on SmackDown. The following week, I am away in Vietnam for a wedding, but I will try and keep you guys. Like I say, next week I will definitely be here for SmackDown. I'll see if I can get Dan to stay up late, or maybe I can persuade. Maybe I can persuade Sam to solo fly on the stream. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how he feels. No pressure, dude. Obviously, this isn't. How have you found it? How have you found staying up late, hanging out with me? Have you been all right?
You know me. I'm in bed at like 9 o'clock. As soon as my wife goes,
that's what I'm saying.
Should we watch TV in bed? I'm up there doing that. Maybe I'm watching wrestling on my iPad with my headphones on. A lot of the time, that's what I'm doing. So me staying up is hard work. But I don't mind because I'm full of energy drinks. And the minute SmackDown began, I've only got tired since the show's ended. I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's all right. I don't know if I'm there if I'm fully at the level I could host yet. I think I might need a few more under my belt. Just being honest, I'm shooting.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man.
But the day will come. I think I need someone to bounce off.
I agree. It really helps. It really helps having you here. Like I say, I've done plenty of these on my own. It's much more enjoyable having you here, and much more enjoyable having all you guys in as well. People that come back after the stream is over. We appreciate it. If you're watching this back, please give the video a like and give us a subscribe if you have not already. You can super chat us, as Jody from the Insiders did earlier. We also have levels of support and sponsorship you can give to us, championship tiers, which you can find on the channel. There are numerous interviews and things on the channel as well. You can support us in any way possible. Whatever you want to do is totally cool with me and with Anthony, with Sam, with Dan, whoever's involved. We appreciate you. Thank you for your time with this SmackDown. It's been a pleasure. Bray Wyatt is back. There's some weird stuff going on, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Sam, you didn't get to do the outro with us last time. So what we do, nice shirt. What we do is we count down from 5, and we do some jazz hands, and we say, "Oh yeah," and I figure out the intro. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna count us down from 5, and then we're gonna say, "Oh yeah," and we're gonna do some jazz hands, and I'm gonna knock the microphone, and we're gonna finish. So guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Dan Hargreaves will probably be back with you on Monday, but I don't know how he's going to be feeling, but fingers crossed. And I will definitely be back trying to see what the follow-up to this is on Friday, because I'm excited by it. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for joining us, Todd, Michael, Sassy, everybody that's been in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Unavailable for contacting was in as well. Dylan was in from Facebook. Honestly, appreciate Dale as well. Cheers, guys. We'll see you guys. We'll see you next time. And I'm going to go over to the Insiders to talk a little bit of Bray Wyatt with them. Okay, guys. I've been Dom. That's that side. That side is Sam. There you go. We've been the Gimme All Yeah podcast, and we'll see you next time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Jazz hands.
This is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day. Arr, arr, arr!